Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be showing you how to install blinds under your window. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to measure from end to end to figure out how long of the blinds you need before you purchase them or order them. As you can see on my window, I have some molding right here. So that's going to mess with the placement of these support brackets. So typically these support brackets are about, let's see. Sorry, that's not focusing. About 1.5 in length there, about 1 inch there, and then, let's see, 1.5, and then I believe it's about, less than 1.5 there, but there you go. Anyways, so you want to measure that. So as you can see here, it doesn't quite fit on the outside of the molding. So I should have measured it and bought it for this size. Unfortunately, I bought it for the outer. I measured it here and got a 52 incher on mine. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to drill a hole and put 1 screw going up and 1 screw going back, because normally it's just supported by 2 screws anyways. So next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a pencil and mark in the holes here that you're going to be wanting to put a screw through. So the screws that were provided to put up those brackets are 3/4 of an inch long. It'll all depend upon which kind of blinds you've bought. So what I like to do when I'm going to drill a pilot hole is I find the drill bit that, as you can see here, so you can still see all of the threading on the screw there. So I find one that the drill bit is small enough to do that. This is a 1/16 inch drill bit that I'm using. And what I like to do is, since I don't need to go the full depth of the drill bit, I'm going to put a piece of tape here, and I'll show you in just a sec what that looks like. So you can see I put the tape there so that it kind of tells me right where to stop. It's a little better if it's electrical tape because it'll be black and easier to see, but that still gives me a good stopping point as I'm drilling these pilot holes. So I got my pilot hole marked, or marked with a pencil there. And there, that's just a little wood blemish there. Anyway, so mark it on both sides. You want to make sure that the blinds come out level. Unfortunately, that's kind of hard to do until you have the blinds up. So if you can get a second person to help you hold the blinds up here, if you put them in their brackets, put them where you want them, and then make sure that it, for one, that it fits. And then if you have a level, go ahead and put a level up top here. I'm also going to be putting up a second. This one provided me with 2 support brackets, but I'm going to be only putting up 1. So you can kind of see it here. It has that little slot there. It's for this little notch here. So it's going to fit in like that. So I'm going to mark that. Again, with this molding here, it's going to be kind of hard to do. So I'm probably just going to be putting the 2 up top there. Something like that. What's interesting is that they're both on this side where the cord is. So you might want to put these up, especially if you have little kids who yank on these things or try and swing from them. You know how toddlers are. You might want to put these up to have some added support for these blinds here. So what I did for the metal bracket was I had my wife help me hold it up. And I had this hooked in here, how it's supposed to go, because it's kind of hard to mark this one. Anyways, held it up. As you can see there, I marked on both sides, so now I'm going to mark these middle ones here, so I can put pilot holes there as well. So I put my first screw in here, and as you can see, when you're screwing from the bottom up through, it has these holes here and here. So that you can get your screws through that way, should you be drilling up to put the bracket in up on the top of the windowsill. So the metal bracket, to put it up, as you can see, it also has that hole so that you can get the screw through to the top and your screwdriver through, so you can screw in these screws next. So I have all the brackets up now. The 3 that I'm putting up. It came with a 4th one, but since I don't have little kids right now, I just put up the one metal one. So next you're gonna take the blinds and basically you're gonna, for one, make sure that the turning wand is on the left side and then the cords are on the right. So what you're gonna do, this is probably a lot easier with two people, but you're gonna try and hook it in on both sides and make sure that you go over the metal bracket as well. So this blind has a bit of wiggle room. You can kind of see it moving back and forth, but that's good so that this can line up well, so that these line up well. Next, these blinds came with little gate things, and they just slide right in up here. So put that in on both sides. So the wand obviously just hooks right onto this side. Next you have these valence clips that go on. It comes with 3. Try and center them. I'm putting them kind of like that. And then it has 2 clicks as you push. Do you hear both clicks right there? Clicks down twice. And then you're gonna take the valence blind. As you can see here, this one actually came with 2. If I can get it to focus, sorry. So you can see it has these notch up here and here, and then there's a second valence blind that came with this set of blinds that goes on here. Okay, so obviously you line this up how you want it, center it how you want it, and that's pretty much it. Just test it to make sure that the blinds go up and down like they're supposed to, that they turn. Pretty easy project. Actually, mine isn't turning up here. So I had an issue as I was finishing up and trying to turn this, and that it wasn't turning properly. What happened was this rod here wasn't through right here. It was actually, the end was over here, and this white piece here wasn't lined up in here like it was supposed to be. It was over here. So I had to take some pliers, basically just grab onto here and pull it through so that it went through here, and then same thing with this. I lifted it up and put it over so it's in the notch here. Make sure that all of these are lined up as well, so that you don't have any issues with that like I did. So some options that you can do at the end are, my blinds came with this little hook here. And really what it's for is when this cord is pulled all the way down, it gets really, really long, especially if you have little kids. Basically, you're able to put it up, and then you can wrap you can wrap the cord around it. To do that, really all you're going to do is, mark it, put some pilot holes in it, drill it in, and then this came with 1/2-inch screws, so you'd use those instead of the 3/4 inch screws, and put those in. And another option that my blinds came with are these little hooks that go for the bottom. Really, the only reason that you'd use these are if you're installing these in a mobile home. Anyways, what you'd do is you would mark it, with a pencil on those little holes right there, and then drill some pilot holes, and then again put the 1/2-inch screws in there instead of the 3/4 inch, and that'll help, especially if this is a mobile home that you're installing them in. That'll help the blinds from, swinging back and forth. It'll help keep them in place as you're driving around. Okay, so with putting the valence up, make sure it's all lined up exactly how you want it. Make sure that these are even. Go through, make sure that it lifts up properly, locks into place how you want it, and make sure that this turned. Like I had that issue with it. Make sure that yours doesn't have that issue. And that's pretty much it. So these look pretty good. I'm excited for them. Keep a lot of the sunlight out. But anyways, hopefully this was helpful, and thanks for watching.